I want to be honest with you before I say a single word about what we do. I did not make millions playing professional football. I did not play in the Champions League. I did not play in the Premier League, and I did not get a statue outside of the stadium. But I did something that most people in this world never get to say. I earned a living playing the sport I loved as a child for 11 years across 5 different countries. And that meant everything to me, more than any number could represent. Because I wasn't supposed to be there. Nobody was handing me anything. No academy, no agent, no connections, no rich family flying me to Spain for a private showcase. Just a player who refused to quit and eventually figured out how the system actually works. Now I'm a FIFA licensed agent and the only one in this space willing to bet on non-academy players the way someone should have bet on me. So if you're still watching, let me show you exactly what nobody showed me. Here is the reality nobody in the US wants to put on a billboard. There are approximately 3,000 professional roster spots across all of US soccer, and you are competing against 800,000 players for them. But that number is almost meaningless because here is what it doesn't tell you. The vast majority of those spots are not actually open. They're contract renewals, they're moving academy players up internally, they're players who have been tracked inside private academy systems since they were 12 years old. Systems that you were never inside of. So when you strip it down to the real, actually available opportunities for a player in your position this year, you are looking at somewhere between 500 and 800 open spots. And that is a 0.1% chance, and you are not just competing against talented players. You are competing against players whose fathers played with the coaching staff, players whose agents already have the head coach on speed dial, players who already are on someone's short list 3 seasons ago. Listen to this. The US system was never built to find you. It was built to confirm the players it had already chosen years ago. And college soccer doesn't fix that. I know people don't want to hear that, but it is the truth. And at RicFit, we tell the truth. As you get to know me, we tell the truth. I know you're here because you want to be a professional footballer or the best player on your current team. What I need you to do is go down to the link below in the description, fill out the brief form for 2 to 3 minutes, and I will get you on a call with one of my scouts. Within the RicFit Academy and our system, what I'm gonna do with you is I'm gonna build you into the ultimate footballer, get you a remote job where you're earning a couple $1,000s per month, and then I'm gonna send you to a professional trial. If you don't wanna be a professional, I will make you the best player on your A team or make you the best player on your college team. Apply at the link below, I'll see you there. College soccer was designed for student athletes, not professional ones. The academic calendar, the training restrictions, the coaching culture, all of it was built around education first and professional development a very distant second. I have been inside professional training environments in 5 different countries. I can tell you with complete certainty the tactical intelligence expected of players in the 3rd division of professional football in Europe is years ahead of what most Division 1, 2, 3 programs and JUCO programs in the United States are preparing you for. The spaces are smaller, the decisions happen faster, the physical demands accumulate over a full professional week, not just a game on a Saturday. And the culture is completely different because in Europe, losing can cost a player their income, their visa, and their livelihood. So they play like it. That is the environment you need to be ready for. And I know what you already tried to solve this. You spent $2,000 to $10,000 on combines and open trials, the registration, the flight, the hotel, only to show up, put on a bib with 100 strangers, and wait for a scout to glance at you for 3 seconds before his eyes move to the next player. Maybe you wired money to someone calling themselves an agent and you heard absolutely nothing back. Then you told all your friends and family you got scammed. Maybe you even flew overseas for a 2-week trial to Spain or the UK advertised as your big break, only to be told mid-trip that extending your stay would cost you an additional $2,000 to $3,000 per month to stay. None of it worked, not because you weren't good enough, because none of it is how players actually get signed. My name is Eric Friedlander. I'm 31 years old. I'm a FIFA licensed agent, former professional general manager, and a former professional player who spent 11 years playing across 5 different countries. I speak 4 languages, not because I was gifted, because I had to. Because this is what you do when you're building a career in countries where no one speaks your mother tongue and no one is waiting around to translate the opportunity for you. I have lived in the locker rooms. I have sat across the table from club directors, sports directors, head scouts, and club presidents. I have been on both sides of the contract. And now I run the RicFit Academy and RicFit Agency with a team of around 50 people. 12 scouts on the ground across Europe and 3 licensed agents spread across North America and Europe. Our active player roster carries a combined transfer market value of over $1.85 million. We have placed over 200 players into legitimate professional trials and contracts. And here's the number that's gonna matter most to you: 98%. 98% of the players who come through our academy follow the plan completely and do not quit get a professional trial. This isn't a combine, not an open session. It's a direct trial with a club that already knows your name before you step onto the pitch. That number is not a marketing slogan. It's what actually happens when the system is built correctly and the player inside is serious. So let me show you exactly how this all works. The RicFit Academy is not a course. It is not a coaching program where we give you theory and send you back out to figure out the rest alone. It is the only holistic professional football development and placement system built specifically for overlooked non-academy players who are serious about reaching their ultimate potential. Whether that's moving up from the B team to the A team, being the best player on your college team, being the best player on your current semi-pro team, and ultimately earning yourself a professional contract. And it's built on 3 key pillars. Pillar number 1 is position-specific physical preparation. Here's something I wish someone had told me before my first professional preseason in Europe. Professional preseason starts at an intensity that will shock a player who is not prepared for it. The tempo of the training is higher, the frequency is higher, the physical demand of sustaining that level across a full week of sessions is something that the vast majority of US amateur, semi-pro, and college environments simply do not prepare you for. I have seen talented players get cut in week 1, not because the coach decided they were not good enough technically, but because their body physically could not compete at that pace for that duration at that frequency. And nobody is going to pause their professional preseason while you, as a foreign player, get fit. You need to arrive already fit and sharp. But here is what most generic training programs miss. A winger's physical preparation is completely different from a defensive midfielder preparation. The sprint frequencies are different, the distances are different, the deceleration demands are different, the aerobic and anaerobic base requirements are different. Inside our academy, myself, our MLS analyst, and our strength and conditioning coach watch your film and build you a personalized, individual program based on your strengths and weaknesses and based on the style of play we believe you'd best fit into. No film yet? No problem. We run you through our internal trial test so we know exactly where your physical baseline sits before we build anything. Either way, as I said, your program is built specifically for your position, your current baseline, and the exact level you are going to. Your program, your position for your body. Pillar number 2, the financial foundation. Here is something nobody talks about when they talk about going pro. The trial call comes in, the club is ready, the door is open, and you cannot go because you're locked into a 9-to-5 desk job that will not give you 2 weeks off. Not because you are not good enough, because you are not free enough. You ask your boss for a couple weeks off, but he won't let you leave. Freedom is not just financial, it's geographical, it is time, and without all 3, the opportunity means nothing. That is why inside the academy, we teach you high-ticket remote sales, a skill you run entirely from your phone, from anywhere in the world, targeting a couple thousand per month, built completely around your football schedule. We call this the freedom method, because when you land in a new country for a trial, you are still earning. When preseason runs an extra 3 weeks, you are still earning. When the next opportunity comes in and you need to move fast, you pack your bag and you go. No hesitation, no asking anyone for permission, no asking anyone for money. You go. That is what financial location freedom actually looks like, and we build it with you from day 1. Pillar number 3, professional representation and direct placement. This is the piece that changes everything. Here's how clubs actually fill their roster spots. When a club needs a player, they don't post an open combine announcement. They pick up the phone, they call a trusted agent, someone whose judgment they already trust, someone who has sent them good players before, and they describe exactly what they need. Position, profile, physical characteristics, passport, amount of money they could pay, transfer fee they can pay. And when that call comes in, we already know every player on our roster. We know your stats, your video, we know your strengths, your weak foot, your defensive positioning, your first touch under pressure, what you want to be making as a salary. We know the exact league level and club profile where your chances of landing, performing, and moving up the ladder are highest. And your name gets matched to a club that is already looking for exactly what you bring. That is fundamentally different than standing in a bib next to 100 strangers, hoping a scout looks in your direction for long enough to remember your face. Before we submit you anywhere, you go through our internal trial test, because I am not sending you to a club before you are ready. I'm not risking your confidence, and most importantly, I am not risking our relationships. When you pass that internal benchmark and I tell you that you're ready, you walk into that training ground as a represented player whose name the staff already knows, because we introduce you, because we told them exactly what you bring. And the only thing left is for you to show them on the pitch. So, who is this for and who is it not for? Please listen up, because this is very important. The 98% placement rate is not a coincidence. It is a direct result of being very selective about who we work with. This is for you if, number 1, you are a hard-working, overlooked player who has been passed over by the US system, not because you lack talent, but because the system was built for players who were already inside before you knew it existed. Number 2, this is for you if you've been through the combine, the open trials, the pay-to-play overseas programs, and walked away with nothing except a lighter bank account and more confusion on what to do next. Number 3, this is for you if the moment we place that call to a club on your behalf, you are willing to pack everything you own into one suitcase and go. Not someday, not next month when it feels more convenient, now. Because let me tell you something. Do you think Jamie Vardy cared about what level he was starting at? Do you think he needed everything to be perfect before he committed? Professional football does not care about your pedigree. It doesn't care about your academy history or your college program. It cares about hunger. It cares about adaptability. It cares about what you do when nobody is watching, when nobody is evaluating you. That is the player we are looking for. And most importantly, who is this not for? If you are looking for someone to hand you a trial where you are still deciding whether you're ready, please do not apply. I'm not in the business of convincing players. I'm in the business of accelerating players who already made the decision inside their own head and just need the system, the structure, and the representation to make it real. If that is you, keep watching. Let me walk you through exactly what the next 6 months for you actually look like. In the first 30 days, the foundation gets built. Your professional profile is developed, your position-specific physical protocol begins, your target market is identified based on your level, your stats, your passport, and your current rate of development. By month 3, you are physically transformed. We have worked with players in the MLS, English Premier League, Swedish top leagues, Danish top leagues. The conditioning standard you are being held to is the closest thing to a real professional preseason standard you have ever experienced. I hold you to the same standard as those players. And we hold you accountable, so you're meeting it day after day. Your professional portfolio is complete, your highlight video is structured the way European scouts actually want to watch it, not the way your college team's media coordinator edited it. By month 6, you are at a training ground, inside a real club, playing against players whose only job is football, every day. The tactical intelligence you are absorbing is compounding in ways that simply cannot happen in an amateur training environment. You are learning how to be a professional in how you act, how you carry yourself, how you speak to coaching staff, how you present yourself on and off the pitch, and then the calls start coming in. Higher division interest, scout inquiries from markets you had never even considered, and eventually, you are inside the stadium. The one you pictured when you were a kid and someone told you to be realistic, to work a real job. You are changing in dressing rooms you've seen in the movies. You walk out the tunnel with fans screaming your name. Your family is in the stands, and you are exactly where you always knew you would be. That's not a fantasy I'm painting for you. That is the path, and we have walked it with over 200 players who are exactly where you are right now. So let me address what is running through your head right now. I'm not sure I'm good enough yet. That doesn't matter. The academy does not require you to arrive ready. It builds you so that you are ready. You do not need to be a finished professional. You need to be coachable, committed, and willing to be uncomfortable. If I can play professionally for 11 years, starting with no agent and no connections, and then build a system that has produced those results for 200 plus other players, you do not get to tell me you are not good enough until you have tried the system. Next one, I cannot afford to leave the US right now. Staying where you are for another year also has a major cost. Another season without professional development. Another year your window gets smaller. Another 12 months of your career going by while the players who made the decision are already building theirs. The financial pillar inside the academy exists precisely so that money is never the reason. What if I don't have film? Not a problem, not even close. First, we run you through our internal trial test to assess exactly where you are right now. From there, our strength and conditioning coach and nutritionist build your program from the ground up. And while you are developing, we find you a team in your area that films games so we can build you your professional highlight tape ourselves. You do not need to come in with film. You just need to come in ready to work. Next one, I do not have an EU passport. There are more than 20 plus markets right now with fully accessible visa pathways open to American players. And for many players, the best initial pathway has nothing to do with Europe at all. The initial call we have together is designed to figure out the exact route that makes the most sense for your specific situation. Next one, I have already tried combines and open trials and nothing worked. Correct, because combines and open trials are not placement systems. They are commercial events dressed up as opportunities. This is a direct professional representation inside a network of 1,500 plus coaches, scouts, and club presidents that I am in direct contact with. I have their WhatsApp number. It's a completely different category. Next one, is there in-person support? Let me flip that question for you. In-person training gives you one coach, 1 hour, 3 times a week. For the other 165 hours, you're completely alone. Inside RicFit, you have 7 coaches personally assigned to your development every single day. That is not a downgrade from in-person. That is something in-person cannot give you. You get the structure, you execute it, you report back, we adjust and push you forward. And honestly, the ability to do the work without someone standing next to you, that is exactly what professional football is going to demand of you anyway. Also, we are building RicFit hubs across North America with in-person partner coaches embedded inside our system, and that network is continuing to grow. But our academy is online by design because the player we built this for should not have geography be the reason his career never happens. Next one, what if I am still in school? Good, that means you are ahead of most players who wait until they graduate to start. The academy runs completely around your schedule, online, on your time. No clashing with classes, practice, or games. And here is the reality. The players who use their school years to build the physical foundation, the professional profile, and the remote income are the ones who graduate with options, not the ones who spend 4 years hoping a combine, international academy, or an open trial works out. Your degree does not have to cost you your career, and your career does not have to wait for your degree. You build both at the same time. Next one, what if I follow the plan and it still doesn't work? 98% of the players who work with us follow the plan and do not quit, get a trial. The only way this doesn't work is if you stop. And if you are still watching this video right now, you are not the kind of player who stops. So you have 2 paths in front of you right now. The first path is the one you've already been on. More combines, more open trials, more messages to agents who read them and keep scrolling, more seasons grinding inside a system that was never designed to produce the outcome you are chasing, more years going by. The second path is the one I just walked you through. A clear, proven, step-by-step system built by people who have actually done this for themselves and for over 200 players who are in your exact position. Professional representation by a licensed agent with real relationships inside clubs. Position-specific physical preparation so you arrive ready. A financial foundation so money is never the excuse. And a 98% professional trial placement rate for every player who commits to the process and refuses to quit. So here's what happens next. Click the button below this video, fill out the short application. It'll take you 2 to 3 minutes. We will review it and reach out to you to schedule a call. Not a sales pitch, a real conversation about your career, your profile, and which pathway makes the most sense for you and for where you're at right now. If we don't think we can help you, we will tell you directly. We are not going to waste your time, and we are not interested in taking your money if we cannot produce a result for you. The worst case is you walk away with more clarity about your actual path forward than any combine has ever given you. The best case is that this is the conversation that changes the entire trajectory of your career. The clubs are there, the trials exist, the infrastructure is built and ready. The only variable left, the only one, is whether you are going to show up and take it. Click the button, fill out the brief 2 to 3 minute form, and let's get to work. 98% of the players who commit to the process and don't quit get a trial. The only question left is whether you are going to be one of them.